Hey Philip, what do you call a cat who eats lemons?
I know what.
A sourpuss. Philip is very proud today because
Mom found my rocket.
I found his rocket. It was folded up in the bottom of the dryer because apparently he put it in his pocket and never thought to look there. And it went through the laundry. So, this is one that he drew a picture and then asked for me to thread the needle with the colors that he chose. And he just went for it. He didn't have a pattern. He was just looking at his picture. And that is what he did.
And I'm so proud.
He is very proud of it. And I think he did an awesome job.
Me too.
So that is Philip's rocket ship. Good job. What did we think? You were Ivy House littlest crafter or littler crafter or junior crafter? Anyway, good job.
Well, I think it should be small crafter.
Small crafter, that's what we decided. Ivy House small crafter. Because he's so small.
Well, I didn't actually think that was it, but
that's okay. Alright, you head downstairs and I'll do the rest of my video, okay?
Okay.
So I didn't say it before, but hi Flosstube. I'm Stephanie, the Ivy House crafter, and that was Philip, my 4th child. He's the 2nd from the youngest, and that was his rocket ship that he made a few weeks ago and promptly lost. Hi kitty. Probably won't be able to see her, but I'm joined by my cat now. Okay, I'm gonna have to make it a relatively quick video because my camera is running really low on battery and I can only find half of the cord to charge it. It's a 2-part cord, which I think is ridiculous because, I mean, if you can lose, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's easier to lose part of it because there's 2 parts to lose. Anyway, so I'm going to run through this really quickly. I had 3 new starts for Maynia this week. As a reminder, I am doing a new start every 3 days. And originally the plan was to use that 3 days to work on both a new start and one of my existing whips. I think in the whole time, like in the whole month of May, I've only worked on, in addition to my new starts, I've only worked on the Fantasy Biscornu that I'm working on for the Great Biscornu Swap. And I think one other whip. Mostly I'm focusing on my new starts and the Biscornu because it needs to get done. So my plans have kind of changed a little bit, but still I am doing a new start every 3 days until the end of the month, or I run out of new start mojo. And I'm getting close, but I think I have one more that I would really like to start, and then I think I might just end it there. We'll see. So my first new start this week, where is the cover page? There it is. I started Heartstring Samplery, the cat sampler. And anyone who follows me on Instagram at Ivy House Crafter would have seen a picture of my new start with my lovely, doesn't want to be picked up. Okay, I'll let you down. She's like, I'll sit on your lap, but don't mess with me. Gosh. Okay, anyway, a picture of my cat with my pattern. And it turned out a lot better than that, whatever that was, just did. So, in the 3 days that I had to work on that, I completely outlined the, I guess they're planks or something. It's a big red house, but they're not bricks because it's just straight lines across, no lines down. Anyway, completely outlined the house and started on the shingles on the roof. And I'm pretty pleased with this. This is, being stitched in the called for colors 2/2 on, it's ice blue linen. I don't remember the count. It's either 28 or 32. I think it might be 32. Anyway, I'm not going to do the close-up videos because battery power. So I'll just have to hope that you're seeing it lovely and it's all working out. Okay. So that was Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I worked on that as well as the Biscornu. I'm not going to be showing the Biscornu anymore until I have it sent off and the person has received it. I'm pretty sure they don't watch my channel, and even if they do, I mean, they've already seen enough, but I won't be showing it anymore, but I'll keep working on it until it's done. Alright, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was the cat sampler. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I worked on Plum Street Sampler's American Sampler. And I had a lot of fun working on this one. This is another big red house. And this time it's bricks. I started getting a little bit done with stitching on a big house. So for this one, I started off with stitching the mortar between the bricks and filling in some of the bricks. I worked on the roof. I was like, I'm done with working on this house, and I went over and worked on the leaves here. This is going to be dogwood flowers, I think. Worked some more on the house, came and worked on the tree, worked some more on the house. And I basically, at this point, hold still pattern. Okay. It's harder than it looks, people. I have the mortar outlined completely for the top half of the house, all the way. Haven't touched the bottom half of the house. And there's another portion of house over here that's a different color. Anyway, this one, there must be a lot of people that follow Plum Street Samplers hashtag on Instagram and like the pictures they find on there, because I put this one up with the hashtag Plum Street Samplers. This is my first Plum Street Samplers piece, and my likes on the picture like doubled from what they are on any of my other pictures, and I was like, that's cool, nice. I mean, I'm not in it for the likes, but that was a kind of fun boost. So people really liked my Plum Street Sampler piece. Put this back in the bag because they haven't been in these bags long enough for me to really remember which bag they go in, so I have to put them back in right away, or I might end up with a piece in the bag with the wrong pattern or something. Alright, so my new start for yesterday that I will work on until Tuesday, I was running low on choices for new starts and ended up with another big building start. I had spent the last 6 days stitching on big red houses. But this ends up, oh, this is Autumn Saltboxes by Plum Street Samplers. Yeah. This was my purchase that I made for my birthday back in November, and then I'm finally getting around to starting it now. Anyway, so when I start, gather your thoughts, Stephanie. I am altering the pattern. It's given as 2 completely separate patterns. I am putting them together into one piece. This house will be on the right, this house will be on the left, and this house will be on the right. And I've taken motifs from each pattern and put them between the houses to give a little bit of space so it's not like right up next to each other. So most of what I stitched yesterday was those between the houses motifs that I added. So what I have here between the houses is not part of the pattern except for these two little bits coming off right there. That's part of this pattern. And then I just added the sunflower stem and a few stars from this pattern. And so that's what will be between these two houses. And then I started working on the two so that you could have like a frame of reference for what I'm doing. Anyway, this is actually stitching up a lot faster than the other two starts that I had this week, the houses, because this is just blocks of color. There's no bricks to mortar. There's no planks to put in one at a time. You know, it's just solid back and forth, leave space for the windows and doors. So these are stitching up a lot faster than than working on those other two houses. Anyway, okay, I always do this. The fabric for this one is 36 count Beach Brew, and I'm stitching it 1/2 with the called for Weeks Dye Works colors. Let's see, I said about the cat sampler and the American sampler, the fabric I showed, that's the fabric that I dyed specifically for that piece. Not the one that turned out like very vibrant and dark and purple and yellow and stuff. The one that I just kind of dipped in the dark brown RIT dye. So that's the fabrics. And that is my new starts for this week. Like I said, very brief video. I want to mention really quick before I end. I was waffling back and forth, but I went ahead and joined the Stitchers Exchange that is being hosted by Betty Heck at Created to Create BH here on Flosstube, and I will link her channel below. But she's doing a summer Be Joyful Stitchers Exchange, and I think the deadline for signing up is June 2nd, somewhere around there, and the deadline for having your 5x5 or smaller stitched piece that's like summery and has a bee somehow included on it, that is the deadline for that is, I think, June 24th. Go to her channel, she has all the info, and that should be really fun. You stitch and finish a small that, you know, meets the criteria she has set, and then send it to her, and then she puts together the boxes and sends them to all of the people who are participating. So I'm looking forward to that. It's fun to participate in exchanges of all sorts, and thus far I've only done Biscornu exchanges, so this is my first not a Biscornu. Although, I mean, I might make a bee Biscornu, that could be fun. Anyway, yeah, that's all I have. That's all I have battery for, and I will see you all next week. Thank you for viewing, thank you for subscribing, thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll see you all next week. Happy stitching. Bye.